Well, that's a first. Why is that door open? Because no one is here. I made it back, everybody. I'm back from Pennsylvania. We had a wonderful time, and they're still up there having a wonderful time. It was cold. We got a tiny bit of sleet and snow on Christmas Eve. I mean, the tiniest amount, just barely anything. But it was cold. I'm so annoyed because once I got back here, it's hot outside. Not just, not cold, hot. Like you step outside, you're like, ugh. So anyway, and the sun is going down. I'm filming this quite late in the day, more later. Later than I normally do. Because I got to go to back... Let me start this over. Okay, I got to go to work. And so it's time to shave. And I just want to talk while I shave because I got to get this done. This is not a special one. This is a post-Boxing Day, post-Christmas, pre-New Year's Eve, pre-New Year's Day shave. And nobody's home, so I can be as loud as I want. Now, I'm going to lather up today with some Heritage Hill Shave Company John Paul Jones shaving soap. Now, I haven't used this in a while, but I love it. It's a hard soap. Yeah, and it smells like patchouli a little bit. I think it's got bay rum, teakwood, cedar, bergamot, and patchouli. So it's not overwhelming. You don't get that high fidelity patchouli stink. It's just a slight hint. A slight hint. All right. Ian, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let me do this off here. Rinse it off, I should say, and then I'll let it dry. And let's lather up and shave, shall we? Yes, just a little bit of patchouli goes a long way. So, how was everyone's Christmas? We had the whole family gathered around up there in Pennsylvania. Well, the most important people, the closest ones, they were all with us on her side of the family, and me and my kids and stuff. And unfortunately, for the youngest one, somehow wires got crossed. Mom and Dad, I'm using the 66 Slim adjustable Gillette that I use every now and then. Used it many, many videos, so go back and look if you want to learn more about it. I'm just going to use it today. Feather blade, setting on 6 this time. I'm stepping it back in my old age. I used to be 7 all the way with the Fat Boys and everything else. Now I'm going 6. Anyway. So unfortunately, as happens to every child, at least once, on Christmas morning, they are disappointed that they didn't get what they wanted. There were some mix-ups. There were some mistakes. There was some laziness. There's no excuse for it. So, we're making it right. So Dad, luckily, I'm referring to myself as Dad. Dad got home and noticed that Santa had left some presents at our house, not up there in Pennsylvania, because he knew that coming home to an empty Christmas decorated house that you didn't spend Christmas in and there's no presents around can be depressing. So luckily, there are presents for the little one. And I hope it's the ones that he wants. I hope. So we're having a Christmas do-over because it was, the tears did flow. And it was. He didn't have enough. It wasn't like, he got a PS5 and he got a dirt bike, and then he didn't get, the Pokemon he wanted. No, he really hardly got anything, and I'm not sure how that happened. And, yeah. So, you know what I realized? Christmas Day itself kind of sucks. And it's taken me 51 years to admit this out loud. Everything about Christmas, before and after the day itself, is magical because it's great. You're just having a good time. You're singing, you're eating, you're drinking, you're partying. Maybe you give some gifts from your coworkers or your friends, And, but once that Christmas Day rolls around, that's when the pressure comes on. That's when the depression can happen. Now, I gotta tell you, after the Christmas morning, and I felt so bad. And I felt bad for my wife, too. Oh. Man, I had one gift. I opened one gift because I texted a link, said, hey, get me this for Christmas. But that was it. That was fine. That was all I wanted. I don't want a bunch of gifts. But my wife, who I asked several times, and we have this kind of relationship where she doesn't like me to spend frivolously on her for no reason, just because it's your birthday, or it's Valentine's Day, or it's Christmas. So when I ask her, what do you want? She says, I want to get the kitchen redone. We need to have the house power scrubbed and painted. And she had a fender bender. Somebody rammed into her car. I told you about this. Everything's fine. The car is a little bit banged up. And it's getting fixed in February. She wants to get it fixed. It's going to get fixed. But those aren't really presents, you know? And it's one of those things where, like, I feel like I should pad it out, you know? Like I should buy some crap. But she knows that it's crap. And she sees it like, why did you spend money on this? Return this. So she, my wife, didn't open one Christmas gift this year. Her parents didn't get her anything. Her brother, her cousin, her husband, her sons. Christmas do-over, folks. That's what we're talking about here today. Christmas do-over. So there are presents under the tree. I have one under the tree. I was so excited. I got home last night after midnight. Luckily, I escaped any flight cancellations or delays. It went off without a hitch. And I even flew on Spirit Airlines, which I was a little worried about. But it was fine. I mean, they make you pay for every single thing. Oh, you want a seatbelt? That's $10 extra. Oh, you want the seatbelt to click together? That's another $5. Oh, you want some water? Yeah, that's $3.50. You know, it's a very cheap airline, and they will, or maybe you think it's cheap, but then when you actually have to pay for everything else, you realize, oh, it's kind of about the same. But it went off without a hitch, got home all right after midnight. I was excited to see presents under the tree, including for my youngest, and the really big present that my oldest wanted was there, because we knew that that would not be, you know, something he would open and have to fly back with. So, Christmas do-over. Christmas is done for this year. The pressure's off. You can relax. I know you're probably stuck with family members. You know, that Uncle Jim, he's driving you nuts. Aunt Carol, she's got her, you know, her opinions. The cousins are going nuts. You get the sullen teenagers now. They used to be so cute when they'd come over. When you'd have the big family Christmas when they were 7 and 8, but now they're 13 and they're detached and nothing's cool and they don't want to talk to you. And you try to talk about memes or something. I don't know. What, the TikTok? I don't know. All that stuff can just wear you out. And once again, and I know this, and whenever I talk about anything, it always flashes in my head. These are all very much first world problems. There are people out there, families, that have nothing. And I know this. And in fact, my family and I, we help deliver presents in the week leading up to Christmas. We volunteer for the Blue Santa program, which is the police department gathers, you know, hundreds of toys for needy, very, very needy families. And it is both, you know, uplifting and wonderful and sad. And, you know, you just hope that, you know, what you're doing will bring some joy to possibly like a family that maybe didn't think they were going to be able to, you know, give their kids any gifts this year, or, you know, because believe me, I know, I feel very privileged, and I know that I am. So remember that whenever I complain about stuff, remember that I always know that in the end, that none of that stuff really matters. You know, having a place to live, having a place to sleep, having someone that loves you, someone that says they love you, that's something else. You know, there's some people that just can't share emotionally. I've had plenty of female friends that have dated, you know, gone on dating services and gone out with these men that they always tell me they are emotionally unavailable. You know what I'm talking about. Now, luckily, I've never had a relationship with a woman that was like that, because I couldn't do it. You know, I wear my emotions on my sleeves, as you can kind of tell. What sleeves? So, yeah. Anyway, Christmas do-over. Happy Boxing Day. Happy New Year coming up. That's another thing that I have unabashedly said since the 90s. New Year's Eve sucks. New Year's Eve is terrible. It's dumb. It's boring. You feel forced to go out and do something fun. Hey, Sinatra Leonard, quit being such a bummer. I like Christmas. I like New Year's Eve. I know, and that's fine. That's fine. This is all just my opinion. I could be wrong, okay? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you just got to know, not everybody shares it. Don't force it on it. So, yeah, New Year's Eve is terrible. But you know what's great? Doing a completely sober New Year's Eve. I think I did that last year or year before. Didn't drink a drop. Felt great the next morning. Fantastic. Didn't feel the need to go out and do stuff. We just stayed at home. The kids stayed up. We watched like, casinos in Las Vegas be imploded. You know, I don't know. We just watch YouTube, and that's how you do New Year's Eve. When you get smart. When you get old and you get smart and you get tired and you get lazy, frankly. Because when you're young, you feel the pressure. I know, I remember. Okay. Done shaving. Let's just wash off. I got to get back to work. And yeah, I just wanted to check in. I guess there'll be one more video before the new year. It'll be this coming New Year's Eve, Friday, December 31st, 2021. Let's hope it's a good one. Let's hope it's a good one. 2022, come on. As John Lennon once said, it couldn't get no worse, right? As soon as you say that. All right, so let's forget about that for right now. Let's think about just finishing up a shave, nice and smooth and soft. Great razor if you can get yourself a vintage Gillette Slim on eBay. They don't go for too much. Wash that off. I'm going to use the Bayonet butter, which I've used many times just because I like it. I like the way my skin feels afterward. It's like shoe polish almost. Almost like shoe polish. But it's not. Do that to warm it up. Smear it on. Oh, there we go. All right. So anyway, thanks for everybody for joining me for this. We had a great time. I had a great time in Pennsylvania. It is so picturesque, that part of Pennsylvania. Over there, Bucks County, like an hour and a half from Philly, beautiful farmlands, just everything. I asked my wife as we were driving around, I was like, do you ever get used to like looking at everything? Look, there's another stone barn. There's another tavern from 1770. There's another place George Washington had a battle. And everything is so, it's beautiful. Everything looks like a dang calendar, right? And I say, do you ever get used to that? Do you ever get used to just being like, wow, that's picturesque. Look how cute that stream is, And she said, yeah, after a while, you don't even notice. Another stone barn. But anyway, I am still in that phase where whenever I'm driving around in that area, I'm like, cool, look at that. I feel like a dang hayseed, but that's okay. I kind of am. All right, everybody. Look at that sunlight. It's the golden hour. It's the golden hour. What time is it? Hey, Siri, what time is it? Oh, never mind. Hey, Alexa, what time is it?
It's 3:58 p.m.
Late. Normally I don't film. I got to get to work in an hour. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me. I will see you again on Friday for the big New Year's Eve celebration. See you later.